Got the aloe. Bitch, we at war. He got the tights, got the aloe. Bitch, we at war.
Can y'all hear me well? Not the comments. What happened? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Not it cut out. So if y'all hear, yeah, no, but bully over here. I'm not gonna play it with you. Jada, you're very much a bully. But apparently they had their reunion and everybody fought. People left to the hospital with black eyes and other things of the sorts. I would go over that topic, but it's such a hot mess that I'm not even willing. This right here.
You're not fighting him, so you can walk this way and go back to your room, or you can fight me right here.
Goodbye. Go to sleep.
Not
Good
tonight.
night.
Please, not tonight.
No, tonight. If they want to fight him, they can fight me. That's what we're on right now. Yes, I'm taking up for him. Yes, I'm taking the fade. Exactly. That's my friend. If you were my friend, I would do the same thing.
And I fuck with that. I respect that. I have not fought you for him before. It's
And here I heard everybody argue about the fact of why did y'all saw in this clip right here that he's talking about he'll take the fade, right? I hear everybody say about, oh, he had a right to take up for his friend. Of course you're gonna take up for your friend when you're taking the dick, but hey, I mean, do you? But be careful, because don't let him cloud your head and think that y'all in love, and he go back home, and then now you and y'all ain't even. You basically the side piece. You really want to be a side piece in 2026? In 2026, y'all still want to be side pieces? That's sad. That
nothing I haven't
Nobody
done
wants to
before.
fight now?
We can fight after I fight him.
No, that's what you're not getting. It's either fight now or don't fight at all.
Don't fuck with nobody I fuck with. You bitches didn't fuck with Paris because Paris is my friend. You bitches was scared. The same thing goes for Tremaine. When John Wonder kept fighting him, it's just like, now you're being a bully, and I'm gonna show you what a real bully is. So, bitch, put your fucking hands up and throw them shits.
You want to fight him, so we're going to.
I'm happy you verbally said that out loud too, because you are a bully. Indeed. Let me show you what a real bully is. No, you don't have to show nobody what a real bully is. That's what you've been doing since episode 1. But this is who they picked to be on this season. In other news, I'm coming about the bad boys because they get on my nerves anyway. Oh my god! So if y'all haven't heard, Miss Deb Atney, and Brat has been getting into it a lot. I think it was over about her show being canceled, Brat's show being canceled. But for more information, we're gonna take a look. They've been going back and forth, and even today there are shots taken and responses made.
What is happening? All began.
Hold on, we're gonna watching. I hate that they play music, but for right now, we're gonna just let that one slide.
He got the tight, you know, got the LO.
Here's some factors who I think.
What is happening? All began.
Watching TV, I just happened to see Deb's house, and I was like, let me just see what this is about. The network wanted to do a boot camp show, so we pitched it to them. Me, Deb, whatever happened, they ended up saying they wanted to do something else after that. So I had been holding on to this idea for a long time or whatever, and I had been talking back and forth to Deb. I got all the receipts. I hit him one day like, yo, me and Deb need to talk to you about doing a boot camp show. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, oh, she pitching it to me today.
Without you?
Damn. It's kind of the same idea. It's kind of the same thing we pitched in the deck together. Some ideas were hers and some are mine.
Can you hear me? So apparently, my bad. Let me make sure I keep that button right here next to me because I be forgetting to hit it. Deb basically pulled one of those old school moves from back in the day that they always do. This is why they tell you when you go into a meeting, you never send your pitched idea or your script. If you're writing movies, this is for anybody who's young and they want to get into the film industry. You never send them the script or anything like that or the full actual idea. Just tell them like I have an idea for a show. And I would love to have a meeting with you so I could actually present it to you. May I possibly get a meeting? You never tell them exactly what it is or show them exactly what it is until you get into the building. Because a lot of the times what happens if you email them with the piece of the idea and it sounds good, now they're going to take that detailed idea because you're so passionate. I'm pretty sure you're filling it up. They're going to take that detailed information that you just gave them and use your idea right in front of you. They do that a lot. They do that a lot in the industry, and it's a lot of stealing because nobody can be original. So everyone starts copying and pasting, basically. And it becomes a copy and paste world, as we can see with a lot of the fashion over time became copy and paste. Everybody starts doing the same thing. Everybody got, the Brazilian booty lift. Everybody got fake booties, big lips, big tits. It becomes kind of stale. But they continue to do this thing because they can't be original. It's even times where y'all find it in music where artists will steal from smaller artists because they have less recognition, and they'll take all the ideas that they have formed and redo the exact same thing right in front of their face because they feel like you don't have the power to actually go to court, or you don't even know your rights in the first place to even go to court. This is why you have your affairs in order, okay? Please just have.
And I said hi to her, and she just did whatever and not want to talk.
This is Deb Atney's responds to what the Brat said.
What is happening?
I don't know where this came from. We did do on Growing Up Hip Hop, okay? We did have something there that we wanted to do, which was a boot camp show. And we actually filmed a part to see the reaction of the people and what would happen. But the network denied us. Now, the boot camp that me and Brat was talking about, it was going to be a real camp, like a real boot camp. Like we had went and scouted out the housing, where the boot camps was going to be, where they was going to be marching, like all the whole boot camp style thing. We did do that.
When you say it was going to be a real boot camp, because people will argue, well, Deb's house is like a boot camp because those girls.
Deb's house was not a boot camp. Let me just explain that to you. Let me just say this to you. Deb's house was you against you, you versus you. Deb's house was a show for a lot of years, and that's how this.
What is happening?
I don't know where this all began, even us talking about it. You know, one of my biggest problems, I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. Like, I want to invite everybody into, when I have an idea, I want to invite everybody in. And this whole thing I talked to Brat about. Now, this is my life, period. This is something that I like doing. I love building artists. That's something that I love doing. I love Brat because me and Brat was just so close. We was going through a lot of stuff. I don't kind of want to be there to talk about both of our personals at that time and things that we were going through. We were being hit with stuff that we need to make some more money. Let's come up. And I said, I came up with the camp, the boot camp. At that time, it wasn't called Deb's House because it wasn't about that. This one here, there was no woman versus another woman. But there also was a thing, and I don't want to get so confused up and bottled up in this stuff, that as I think about it, because mind you, this was some years ago, all began, even us talking about it. You know, one of my biggest problems, I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. Like, I want to invite everybody into, when I have an idea, I want to invite everybody in. And this whole thing I talked to Brat about. Now, this is my life, period. This is something that I like doing. I love building artists. That's something that I love doing. Impossible for Brat to not know that I was doing Deb's house because Brat was supposed to come on to be a judge. That's facts. You can get the network, call them, do whatever. She was supposed to be the judge of that show. But with her doing the Brat and Judy show, and as I started reading my emails, I'm remembering when Brat didn't even really want to do that show. That was me going at them because they was trying to be dirty to get them to really do the show, to be dirty. So at that time, they could go after Judy. And it was a lot of stuff that was going on. I don't really know Judy, so I don't really want to discuss a lot of that stuff either. But it was a lot of rumors that was going on during that time. And
Deb, you messy as hell. Deb, you being messy. You being messy. You dropping unnecessary tea in the midst of telling the story about the thing. We just want to know about what's going on. So if y'all don't know, because some of y'all might be a little younger than me, but there was a brief time that there was a show that was called Deb's House. Deb's House was a kind of boot camp like show that brought artists, and it's actually with the first place we meet her son Brandon. And if y'all know anything about Brandon is not, he's complicated because he's passionate, but he can be an asshole at the same time. It comes off like asshole behavior, but it's not that he is one. He's just, it's what it comes off as. But she basically just deflected and tried to say that. So from, if you remember Brat's perspective, sorry, my words. If you remember from Brat's perspective, right? Brat basically stated that they pitched it to the network and it got denied. In the show, and therefore They just sat back on it, and she just sat on it for a minute because she was a little basically kind of like discouraged, right? But Miss Deb didn't tell her that she turned around and probably pitched it to another network outside of the one they originally went to and got Deb's house, took her same idea, made it Deb's house, and was just going to bring her on as a judge and probably give her an EP credit. Basically, what I'm getting out of this, you bamboozled your friend out of her idea. And because Deb wants recognition so much, it's not even funny. There has to be a reason why Nikki left you, because she said she couldn't do anything. She had nothing but good words to say about you. But of course, you're gonna you don't want to mess with Miss Deb, because Miss Deb, I heard she get down with the get down, and she a little, she deeply connected, allegedly. But I ain't scared of her, so I don't even care. But so anyway, I have so many jokes in my head. It's not even funny. But Miss Deb, I love the show. I love the idea. But if you stole it from Miss the Brat over here, you have to give her credit. You can't just say I was gonna bring her on as a judge. That's why she wouldn't have known about it. So basically, you took the idea, ran with it. And you said it was not a boot camp. Basically, it was a boot camp. Artist development is artist boot camp. I like developing artists. So basically, you made a show to develop artists, aka just like Diddy did with building the band. It was a boot camp. It was a boot camp. So you you really gonna sit up here and say that was not a boot camp, girl? You one of them shady business people. You're complicated to work with. And I don't think that she's a bad person. I feel like Miss Deb is one of those people that when you enter any contracts with her, anybody like her, or like some people who have billions of dollars like Jay-Z, you make sure that all your T's are crossed, all your I's are dotted, because they're going to find some way to milk you. And that's just the industry way. I can't say it's just them, and if they do it, but you have to make sure you you got to come correct. And I feel like a lot of times they prey on artists and people who don't know much about the industry and much about the laws and the history of things that has happened in the past and laws that were created around that. And they prey on that. And so Miss Debbie being shady, because then you throw in, I could tell that you're trying to deflect because you're throwing Judy under the bus. You're gonna go after Judy for some reason. For what? So you can start an argument with them at home. You are ridiculous. I can't say people like this. They do stuff like that to mess with couples and to mess with relationships, and it's like child, go sit down somewhere. Like literally, like it's just. We understand they have a messy.
And I said hi to her, and she just did whatever and not want to talk. Wow, I don't remember that. What I do remember is I thought the brat was still mad at me because I never attended her wedding. I had COVID. And I never came to the wedding. But I was at the baby shower. I was there. I have texted her. She's not lying. I did.
Fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Wait the fuck a minute. What? Hold on. She said, I thought the rat, she was still mad at me. Wait. I got some questions. When did Deb's house? I didn't even know she had a new show called Deb's House. Hold on. I thought they were talking about the old show that she used to do. That she did the same thing in the past. With her son. It was like, okay, I got the wrong one. So this is a whole new show with 2024. When did the Brat get? Hold on, I had the wrong one, y'all. I had the wrong one. The Brat and Judy show got married. Yeah, nah. Because Deb had a show back then too. Hold on. February. They got married February 22nd, 2022. On 22222. Oh, they did the 22222 thing. Oh, wow. $2022. The show came out in 2024. So for 2 years, you think she's gonna be mad at you about a wedding? When did y'all have this conversation?
The text to say I missed her, but she never did hit me back, and I didn't understand this. And I said hi to her, and she just did whatever and not want to talk.
Watching TV, I just happened to see Deb's house, and I was like, let me just see what this is about. The network wanted to do a boot camp show, so we pitched it to them. Me, Deb, whatever happened, they ended up saying they wanted to do something else after that. So I had been holding on to this idea for a long time or whatever, and I had been talking back and forth to Deb. I got all the receipts. I hit him one day like, yo, me and Deb need to talk to you about doing a boot camp show. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, oh, she pitching it to me today.
Without you?
Damn. It's kind of the same idea. It's kind of the same thing we pitched.
So basically, like I said, she went up there and did a meeting without her. Girl, next time I play it all the way before I say anything else. So I didn't know it was a new show. Basically, okay, because this is not the first show that she's done, and this is the first time she's did ideas and kind of ripped off of other ideas of other people. But I'm not gonna. That's allegedly, because I gotta go pull up that. Let me make sure. It's she must have did a different show. Let me make sure. Hold up, because I remember she was on some reality show. You know what? It was Growing Up Hip Hop. I had to think about that. Okay, yeah, okay. That was like 2010s. So, but that's when y'all was still cool. So y'all pitched the idea around like 20, and then turned around and pitched the idea later. And was this okay? So how did the show pop up in 2024? Girl, somebody lying. Somebody lying. What the? Okay, so you basically, the Brat, you robbed her of the idea, and then you kind of play stupid. You just try to throw.
What is happening?
Judy
Or began.
the bus.
And I said hi to her, and she just did whatever.
And whatever that event is about her saying hi to her and her acting funny, she's mad about that event. And that's why she took the idea and pitched it. I feel like it's reversed. I feel like she's changing the story around. And I'm going to let her change that story around. Keep changing it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Well, anyways, we're on to Big Tigger, and then we're going to get to my final story because that one's really what I really want to get into. So his wife got on the internet looking like this. And you know, we as America, because we know a lot of our families experience DMV all around the world, you know, and we all go to, you know, insensitive. You're like, you know, hey, you know, Mr. Tigger, are you putting your hands on your wife? We start questioning things. But wait, there's more. Then we get a video right here, right? Video.
Tigger, get off
my phone.
Do you not see all them crime?
Stop. I'm not doing that.
Yes,
She
you did.
dropped. She dropped.
Bro, you're literally stepping on her.
I'm not stepping on her, Alex. I just want
Bro.
my phone. She could give me the phone and it'd be over. She could give me the phone and it would be over.
Bro, just get over her. She's gonna
I'm
give
not
you.
on her at all. Give me my phone.
Get off of me,
Give me
Tigger.
my phone.
D, if I was anybody else, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you say so. Give me my phone.
Bro, just get over her. You can buy a new phone.
Get off of me!
Mr. Tigger!
Get off of me!
Mr. Tigger, get off of her now!
Phone.
Mr. Tigger. I'm gonna him stop. So allegedly, there you see they're fighting over a phone. He took her phone because allegedly, he was cheating and she wanted to take his phone. And then she said that he tried to get her phone back, and she acted like she got hit, or he slammed her on the floor, but which she did slip on all those. I wouldn't. She slipped. All them clothes on the floor. She busted ass. That's what that was. And then she gonna play like she was hit. And that's how you know, because the charge was dropped. Right? Right. It's here. It's a strange wife. Right. Okay, right. There started coming out more clips. And then there was this tea. Then this tea came in, flew in my window, landed on my shoulder. And dun, yesterday, Big Tigger's estranged wife, Alicia Brown's mugshot released after arrest of kidnapping warrants. They thought the police was going to come to arrest him, and they arrested her. Apparently, this lady have a case. Okay? The wife radio personality of Big Tigger, real name Darian Morgan, kept a straight face as she posed for the photo following her arrest. Okay. Brown, 37, taken into custody in Georgia after deputies received a be on the lookout alert around 8:46 p.m. on July 6 for a vehicle traveling north Interstate 85. Authorities located the car with help from Georgia State Patrol, conducted a felony traffic stop. 2 young children inside the vehicle were safely recovered and unharmed. According to Sheriff's Office, Brown was wanted by the Baltimore County Police Department as well on warrants connected to the disappearance of a 10-year-old child in 2019. She also was being sought by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office on felony charges of interference with child custody. Officials confirmed both warrants were valid, and Maryland authorities plan to pursue extradition. Okay, so they're gonna hand her ass over. Sheriff Chris Carroll credited the multi-agency effort for the outcome. The arrest comes weeks after Big Tigger's own arrest, stemming from an alleged physical dispute with Brown. He has since stepped away from his radio show to focus on his family. This bitch had kidnapping charges? Hold on. You mean to tell me in 2019? So apparently she had a dispute with a baby daddy or something. This was allegedly. and she not supposed to have the custody of the child, but I guess she went to go take the child and interfere. Like I guess she took the kid and kidnapped him. Right? They still haven't found the kid to this day. This is what they're saying on the internet. They still haven't found the kid to this day. They don't know where the kid is at, and she's wanted for those charges. So they arrested her for that. Tika, who the fuck did you marry? You know, he'd be on that show because isn't there a show like who the hell did I marry? They're gonna be an episode. They're gonna be on the next episode. I see it already. Can I please get executive producer's credits, please? Can y'all put me on there? Come on. You mean to tell me y'all seriously sat up here with y'all mindset to sit up here and actually like I don't know he had to know of these things. And then she's gonna get on the internet and post a video and act like it just when she knows she's clearly wanted. So she just be's dumb on the internet and gets on the internet, gets all this public traffic, and then you gonna date a celebrity. She should have been on an episode of World Dumbest Criminals. Like I can't help it. Oh my god. This the kind of bitch y'all niggas want as wives? I guess she been having some mental issues. I don't know what's going on. I pray for this situation, but let's really get into the final topic of what we're going to talk about. So, if you guys don't know about the big topic that's been getting talked about this week is a young man by the name of Nolen Xavier Wells was reported missing, I think on July 4th. Yes. Let's go to the story. Let me fully break down that story. It's a lot of details. You also see that? Good. Here we go. It says 18-year-old Nolen Xavier Wells found unalived after disappearing during July 4th boat trip. So here's the details. On July 4th, 18-year-old Nolen Wells disappeared during a boating trip to Horn Island after traveling there with a group of friends. He was last seen around 3 p.m. and did not return on the boat with the rest of the group. After a 2-day search involving local, state, and federal agencies, a U.S. park ranger found Nolen's body on the island. The cause of his death has not been determined, and the investigation remains active. So I know there's a lot of different pieces because I know you guys heard there was like his body was in the water. They found them in the water, and then they said they found them on the island. I'm not sure if he was washed up off the water. But they did retain after that happened. They end up getting Ben Crumb to be their lawyer in this case. He'll be the one looking over their cases, and they are seeking answers. They're seeking answers and transparency because we all looking for answers. Now they went on a trip, right? I know y'all already got grilled by everybody else. I ain't gonna say because the fact that y'all went on a trip and one disappeared and nobody went back. It was towards saying they stayed for a little bit and then they couldn't find them, so they got back on the boat and they left. Then there's videos of people arguing outside of the thing. There's allegations of drugs and other illicit drugs. It's just a lot going on. So let's take a look at this video right here. In Horn Island, Mississippi, on July 4th, while became separated from his friends who believed he caught a ride back to the mainland, He was last seen approximately 3 p.m. West Tip, because the confusion in this all started right here. So allegedly he had met a girl on the island, right? This not allegedly. He met a girl on the island, and his friends thought that he left back with her. Then the girl comes out and starts saying that she thought he left back with them. And it's a lot of he say, she said. And so the mom posted, we are providing with incorrect information regarding what he was wearing. I was sent the picture. As you can see, he was in blue swim trunks, not black. So they're trying to find him. They were looking for him. They found his body washed up on the shore. Okay. I don't know if it was washed up on the shore or on the island. It's so many different versions of the story. It's not even funny. It's so confusing. So we want to look at some clips from Taco Shit Nene as she kind of goes in, because she's been following on this. She's been following the story since day one. And I'm gonna let her kind of get some details into you guys, some of the confusing aspects of the things that I'm talking about, the messages, the girl that he met speaking out, and the friends conspicuously shutting down their Instagrams. Apparently, the mom told them to do it. So we're gonna get all those details right now, and I'm gonna come back with my commentary.
His mother, and she has just confirmed on Facebook that the body identified at Horn Island is her son. She says, I want to thank our family, friends, community, United Cajun Navy, local law enforcement, and everyone involved for all the love, support, resources over the last few days. His father, our family, friends, and I are absolutely devastated. My heart broken. Sorry, I don't want to cry. My heart broken for my sweet son, who was always willing to cheer and uplift others. Nolen was a special soul. God took his time creating our son. I ask that you please give me and my family the time to grieve. Now, all I'm going to say is, parents, please be mindful of who your children are around, because everybody does not have your kids' best interests at heart. More so over if you have a friend group that looks like this. Now, I'm not saying every friend group is like this. We got to do better about keeping our kids surrounded by people that won't forget them on a fucking island, that won't get on a boat without them, that won't stop searching for them. My heart goes out to his family.
I like important, but people like it's a race thing. It's a race thing. No, it's a common sense thing. On top of a race thing, but it's a common sense thing. It's not even, let's think outside the fucking race. Like, common sense should tell you, like, I came with these people and I'm supposed to leave back with these people. What's up with people today where they have friends and we go out? You're supposed to keep track of your friends, because you know something can happen. The thing is, me and my people, we ride together. We're together at all times. We don't get separated. If we get separated for a brief moment, I promise you, we're getting cracked, and we know exactly where each other at all times. Y'all gotta do better. And y'all young, and I know it probably was something accidentally happened. I'm gonna already tell you exactly what happened, because if they pressured him into drinking when he wasn't supposed to be drinking, because allegedly he's an athlete, so he's supposed to be drinking. He doesn't do any illicit drugs. That's what they were alleging that the friends were doing. They didn't say he was doing. So here's the judge information. Here you go.
Well, I stand corrected. Judge Ashley Cole has released a statement on behalf of her family and her stepson, Warren. I'm not going to read it all. You guys can pause. Basically, she said that Nolen was a good friend of the family. Went to school with Nolen's mother, Christine. She also said she told everybody to go private on their account for the very simple reason that she has younger children and she did not want to subject him to social media and all of the harassment and bullying that was going to come with Nolen's unaliving. She said her and her husband were not at Horn Island on the 4th, and that none of them are trying to impede on the investigation. That Warren was interviewed at Jackson County Sheriff's Department and corroborated fully. He saw Nolen last at 3 p.m. on July 4th. They left around 4:30 when the boat was taking on water and they had issues with the pump. She said Nolen made the decision to stay on the island and return inland later with another group of friends. Now, the guy to the far left of the screen, that is Warren. On top of that, Warren's mother made a statement. She basically said the same thing. We're all distraught. We're all hurt. That people's information is not right. Another boy by the name Wyatt asked Nolen to get on the boat several times, but Nolen said he wanted to stay behind with Katie. She said Warren doesn't even own a boat. Once again, the boat was taking on water and it had to be towed to shore. She also said her son had nothing to do with it and he was the first one to notice that Nolen was missing when they got back to the house. They called his mother and the Coast Guard. The only thing that confuses me about this.
What? So, wait. Y'all didn't notice that he was missing till you got back to the house? Fuck it. Fuck it. There's a lot of idiotic decisions you can make in this world, but I ain't never waited till I got back to the house to notice that I forgot somebody. Not a kid, not an adult, not a blind person. Back to the house to remember I forgot them on another island. After the car ride, would I have to put the seatbelt on and get back home? There's a lot of inconsistencies in this story that makes absolutely no fucking sense at all. At all. Because at this point, it's like nobody should be trusting their kids with no other parents without being there with your child in the first place.
I'm scrolling social media and I see this post made.
It's so many inconsistencies in his story to the point that Ben Crump even states out his mouth. Here's some details you probably didn't even know. Hold on, let me good. Did y'all know that there was deleted messages from his phone? It says, I'm gonna read y'all an article from MSN. It says, just one day after being retained by the family of 18-year-old Nolen, Xavier Wells, the civil rights attorney sat down with Don Lemon to reveal a series of deeply troubling new details that was raising serious questions about what really happened on Horn Island on 4th of July.
Have been asked to turn over his cell phone to the Mississippi law enforcement authorities. But even that is troubling to them because they're saying messages that were deleted from his cell phone. So they want to try to dot every I and cross every T and investigate everything. They said it's very improbable that Nolen would not have wanted his cell phone with him if he was going to stay on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another inconsistency in the story. Because why did the friends have the phone when he's supposed to have his phone and he's on that? Y'all had the phone all the way home. No, y'all picked up that phone. Y'all know what happened to him. Everybody's like, we're gonna do the alleged thing because I don't want to get sued and his mom's a judge. Go ahead. Cease and desist. Please. Please cease and desist. Go ahead. You look fine to me. Cease and desist me. Because, heck, no, what? That's too inconsistent. And then the fact that you were just like, this gives me a headache.
Deleted text messages on his phone? His parents found that? Who found that out?
No, well, they got his phone, so they're trying to figure out there's deletions on the phone, and they're trying to look at what is that about. There's so many inconsistencies going on and have been asked.
Problem is, none of these people look anything like him. So I mean, and then that's what makes me go like, I wouldn't let him go on that trip. That's just it's not like he don't have plenty of black friends. Cause like, let me show you something. Right? They might be like, it's because he probably ain't got no black friends because he's in a predominantly white neighborhood. But that's not the case. That's never been the case, because I found this image right here because his friends has been staying at his house with his mama. Friends, cousins, all at his house with his mom, where he should be at. This story is completely troubling, and honestly, I can't wait to see more. I'll be keeping a close eye on this story. I didn't disappear. I didn't dipped out. I've been doing a lot of gaming stuff, like, but this right here, I'm tired of it because like it's enough. It's exhausting. I feel like they're trying to trigger us, and I feel like they're planting situations to happen. But then that's just also me being forward thinking, but at the same time, it's kind of like it don't seem right. It just like the Nancy Guthrie story. Like I'm working on something with that, by the way. I've been working on it for a minute, and I can't wait because none of this is the same inconsistency stories, and it's making me about to tie this into it because it's the inconsistencies in this story too. Child. With that being said, I do holy like I send out prayers to your family, your mom, your friends, your cousins, everybody who is mourning this young man. I pray that everything becomes better over time. I pray that everything becomes more understanding. And I pray that we get every detail that is necessary and we don't get done how the other boy just got done because there's not about to be that. This is not about to be that. There's so much inconsistency in the story. If I don't see justice on this, y'all basically trying to start something. And that's not even a threat. I feel like if y'all don't put justice on, I feel like that's when I'm gonna know for sure the government is purposefully doing tactics to aggravate the community. You're gonna prove my point if justice is not served. You're gonna prove my point. You're just gonna prove my point, and then once you prove my point, I'm gonna be done. I'm not even gonna play with you. Like it. You're gonna prove my point. You wait and see. Now, because at this point, it's black people under attack. You attacking Hispanics. You attack anybody who doesn't make $1 million. You're attacking anybody who's a woman, trans, gay. It's like you have this. It's like this country has more phobias. We have more shit in the phobia pot than we have in the abundance pot. But I guess that's what happened when you shit where you eat. But I'll leave that up to the government to figure that out. With that being said, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. If it's not up tonight, when you guys go back, if some of y'all end up being my after watchers later, coming in and watching it, the playback, they're gonna be 2 different playbacks most likely because I'm going to upload the part that they're not gonna be chopping up, freezing, and all that other stuff because they like when you talk about stuff like this, I love how they like to shove you out of the algorithm, but y'all know we fight that. So with that being said, make sure you guys hype me up. Make sure you guys do everything. If you're following me on Kick, Twitch, I will be doing a gaming session either tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow, because I might be doing something later tonight. So yeah, we're gonna just turn up and we have our fun over here. We'll be keeping an eye on the story and we'll see you next time. Good night.